Hand sew a scrunchie with me. Are you feeling nostalgic for a soft plaid scrunchie? We'll grab some needle and thread and let's sew together to remember what our hands can do. For this project, I chose a really soft plaid shirt that used to be my grandmother's that I used to wear, but I can no longer wear it because one, it doesn't fit me, and two, there's a bunch of holes in the back. So I decided to upcycle it into a scrunchie. I thought that the more bold red section would be the perfect width for a scrunchie. I found this cute bookmark that my friend Louisa Sonstroem had sent me, and I used it as a guide. Now, she recommended cutting out a piece of fabric that was 2 inches by 20 inches. However, because I was upcycling, I decided to just use the fabric to its best advantage. So that meant that the width of the back ended up with a piece of fabric that was 23 inches wide, and the height of this full, bold section was 3 inches. To prep the scrunchie for sewing, I took the width of the fabric and I folded it upwards, right sides together, hot dog wise, making sure to be very careful to match all the plaids together. Using a combination running stitch and back stitch, I stitched across the full width of the scrunchie, but I made a mistake. You can see here I'm using a somewhat heavier weight linen, at least heavier weight in relation to the material that I chose. And you can see how the thread and the fabric are really fighting one another. As I pull the thread, it kind of gathers up. Even though you can really see it, it was not the right choice. So midway through, I decided to change it to a much more reasonable weight for this fabric. So it was a really good lesson in maybe test out my thread before I start stitching. You can see here the better thread that I used, which was more of a lighter weight cotton thread that I waxed. You definitely want to make sure that the weight of your fabric and the weight of your thread are complementary. Now, sometimes a heavier weight thread is great because it gives a cute top stitch, but in this instant, it just wasn't the right choice. So I continued down the width, doing that running stitch combination with a little back stitch. I love doing that because it's super fast and it's quite strong. And I think here you can see the seam allowance I used was about maybe 1/4 of an inch. And I was really careful to make sure that my plaid stayed matching up. Now I stitched all the way to the edge of the material, actually stitching off of the edge. And then once I got to the end, I put my needle all the way through the fabric there, flipped it over, and then I stitched over top of my last stitch, making a loop, and I went through it 3 times because this is really lightweight thread. And then pulled that knot nice and snug, and then I stitched back over a couple of stitches and then snipped it off with my little embroidery scissors. To take this tube of fabric that we've stitched, I took a safety pin and pinned it at the opening, and then I took the safety pin and I pushed it towards the interior of that tube, and then I scrunched all that fabric over top of it and pulled it over top of it till we got to the opposite side and the safety pin emerges, and then I pulled it and continue to pull it till the right side came out of the tube. It's kind of a magic trick, but also extremely easy. So now you can see I have a nice finished seam, and this is the right side of the scrunchie. Next up is cutting your elastic. Now that elastic is going to be 1/4 of an inch wide, and we want to cut it at 8 inches long. Then we want to take that other safety pin and pin it to the elastic because we're going to thread that smaller length of elastic into that longer tube that we stitched. As you can see here, I'm taking that elastic, I'm pushing it through the tube, and I'm going to gently gather that fabric over top of the elastic. Now, as I do that, I want to be very careful to 1, not twist the elastic, and 2, I want to hold on to the other side of the elastic that does not have the safety pin so that it doesn't get lost in the tube itself. So I'm pulling it through, being careful not to twist it, and now I'm going to take the 2 raw edges of that elastic and I'm going to fold them over top of themselves. And I want to fold them over top of themselves about 1/2 an inch. And then after I've done that very carefully, I'm going to unpin the safety pin, and now they're ready to stitch together. Now to stitch the elastic together, I did choose to use that heavier linen thread you saw earlier, and I just whip stitched around all of the edges of this elastic, as well as whip stitching the raw edge of the elastic to the body of the elastic and then knotting that off. You'll notice how this is extremely messy and ugly. However, it's really strong, and you just want to make sure it's strong. It doesn't matter how it looks because it's on the interior, and that's all that matters. Now I have the raw edges of that tube, and I need to take those raw edges and turn them to the interior about 1/4 of an inch. And then I decided to baste those raw edges back because pins would get in the way. So I did a large running stitch to temporarily hold that fabric in place in order to do the next step, which is actually whip stitching those folded edges together. Using a lightweight cotton thread, I put the wrong sides together, and I took that cotton thread and I did a very small whip stitch around the 2 folded back edges that I just basted back. Now you want to make sure that this is relatively small of a whip stitch because you're essentially making a butted seam. And so you're just going to put that needle through perpendicular right along the edges of those folded back sections, and then very carefully go around all of the material. And then you just knot it off. Now, if you mess up, it's kind of okay because it's actually all going to get gathered up over the scrunchie anyways, so don't worry about it too much. And then I took out my basting stitches, and you can see there how that butted seam, you can kind of see some of the stitching, but again, it's okay because now we have a finished, beautiful scrunchie. I hope that this little fun upcycled hand sewing project inspires you to remember what your hands can do.